In the Forrester offices, Thomas tells Hope he's so thankful to her for giving him a second chance at his career. She is glad she put her faith in him as her line is thriving. Thomas notes it wasn't just work. She gave him another chance with his family and to happiness. Hope raves that he's put the hard work into turning his life around, and she says it's made her see him in a whole new way. In the design office, Taylor thinks it's good everything is working out for Thomas and Hope. She thinks for once she has nothing to worry about, which she just fears she may have jinxed. Still, Taylor can't help but feel things are looking up for the Logans and the Forresters. Brooke agrees things are looking up. She just hopes it stays that way. Taylor excuses herself to take a work call, and Brooke reflects on Hope lashing out at her, screaming that she was nothing like her mother and that she hasn't made the mistakes she has. She recalls Hope swearing nothing could happen between her and Thomas. Brooke interrupts Thomas and Hope, and Thomas says hello to her and then decides to get back to the salt mines. Brooke notes that was an interesting moment. Hope says Thomas heard the horrible things she said, and she feels terrible. Brooke asks if he heard what she said before, that she had feelings for him. She asks her daughter what is going on with her. Hope assures her mother there is nothing to be concerned about. But Brooke can't forget she admitted she had feelings for Thomas and wonders if all the harsh things she said were her overcompensating. Hope says she shouldn't have said those things about Thomas, and it hurt him to hear them. Brooke says he didn't seem to be hurt at all just then. Hope explains she reassured Thomas she didn't mean what she said. Brooke fears this still sounds like the same old Thomas, and he's manipulating her. Hope swears that's not who Thomas is, and he was genuinely hurt by what he heard. Brooke can't help but notice Hope has been acting differently lately and begs Hope to tell her she's not having feelings for Thomas. Taylor returns to the design office and finds Thomas working. She was just here chatting with Brooke and didn't expect to see him. Thomas assures her what happened has been dealt with. Taylor is confused, and Thomas realizes Brooke didn't tell her what he overheard. Taylor orders him to spill it. He explains what he overheard Hope saying about him, and that she apologized for it and didn't mean any of it. Taylor wonders why she'd say the negative things to begin with. Thomas thinks maybe it was because she was trying to reassure Brooke about them working together. Taylor can't believe Hope threw him under the bus for Brooke's sake. She notes earlier, Brooke could have told her everything, but she didn't. At the Spencer offices, Bill has looked over some of the deals Liam worked on while he was preoccupied with Sheila and praises him and Wyatt on the phenomenal job they did in his absence. Bill changes the subject and asks how things are going with Hope. Liam says he just has to trust Hope will keep Thomas in line, and if he tries anything, she'd tell him. Bill wonders if she would because she could be shielding him to keep him from getting upset. Liam wasn't thinking about that before now and thanks his dad for putting that in his head. However, he swears he and Hope have been having good talks and thinks if there was something to tell him that she would have. He also thanks his dad for taking Douglas and Beth the other night so he could have time alone with his wife. Bill thinks it's good he's not taking things for granted. Liam wonders if his father is projecting and asks how it's going with Katie. Bill assumes she's with Carter, but he's not giving up. He feels Katie feels safe with Carter, but he is Katie's person and the father of her child, and family is everything to the both of them. Bill has to believe their history will bring Katie back to him. Liam says unfortunately in his case there is also history between Hope and Thomas. Bill cautions him not to let Thomas get to Hope, and he needs to keep his guard up. Liam assures his dad that won't happen. Bill tells him he's impressed with the husband and father he's become, and a great businessman. Liam notes he had a great role model. Bill thinks that's a stretch, and they embrace. Bill says if he's ever lucky enough to call Katie his wife again, he's going to emulate his son for a change. He again urges him to stay vigilant where Thomas is concerned.